Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Isn't it strange that we haven't heard about the outcome of the investigation on the Nord Stream 1, Nord Stream 2 pipelines? It's been more than a month. I don't think that those 2, 3, 4 explosions would necessitate more than a month of investigative work. But what do I know, right? Nevertheless, if you don't want to show up saying whatever you found out yet, is because you are either still working on it, which I really doubt what else you can work on it. You have a limited number of producing or acquiring evidence, and then you have to correlate or not correlate certain kind of information. Already you went at the scene, you saw what's going on over there, what else you need to do? You had a month, you can go at least 30 times down on the bottom and do whatever you want over there. So that's not the case. Now, the information that you can get from the military and from other sources, that could be no more than, I don't know, I give you a 10, but should be maybe 5. And then what else? You need to look into the records, communications. Okay, that takes longer. But that means you either didn't find anything and you can't say anything, or you found something that is really, really, really politically incorrect to mention, or maybe you're just trying to put together a little narrative. So, couldn't find anything yet. You don't know shit. Which I strongly doubt that's the least option here, for me at least. The other one is you know who it is, but it's very, very inconvenient to say it, so you try to build a damage control narrative somehow, and you build it probably by building evidence into pointing the finger at the person that actually was maybe not responsible, but is going to be responsible after you put together all the new evidence in a way that would point out towards the perpetrator, which in this case I think will be Russia. Do I think Russia did it? I told you it's maybe on the 3rd or 4th place. First one I would say United States, that's what I always said since it started. The second one I thought that maybe it would be Great Britain, not because of its personal interest, but because pushed by the guys from across the Atlantic. Then could be some European little weasels again at the order of United States of America. So my main guy, I would say, is here, but that's just an, I go by che bono and statements as well, and who would benefit, obviously, che bono, and go from there. Could be the Russians, yes, could be the Russians, but certain things really eliminate this. Not eliminate, but make it so improbable. First, the location. I would have picked up a location closer to me because I would wanted to be involved in the investigation. Like this, you just roll the ball to the Western countries to do whatever they want, and they just wait for their outcome. I mean, if you are an idiot, you think they're going to find out, they're going to conduct an investigation, in an objective manner, impartial manner, and we'll just call whomever it is, whatever country or whatever entity, which that's idiotic to think that the Russian will let themselves, in the hands of the Swedes or the Danes to decide who's who, what's what. They know these guys are under, and they already stated, they're under the US's control. So then you wouldn't do that. You want somewhere where you can take part. Here, they were excluded. Was a miscalculation? I don't think so. So that's why Russia is very low on the list. Now, there's a little problem here. And with a little problem, I told you many times, I used to have a friend who, when we were engaging in certain kind of activities, he would call me and say, hey, it's a little problem. We got a little problem. A little problem came out. I said, what? And the little problem was the big problem that canceled the whole activity. So we got a little problem here. Okay? And the little problem is that there is a tweet. It's a text message, I'm sorry. an SMS. And it's from Truss, former Prime Minister of Great Britain, alleged towards Blinken. All right, and the text reads, "It's done," end quote. So this article comes from Sputnik, so we gotta be careful here because it's on this side of the aisle. And we would have been careful on with other kind of click if it would have been reported from the other side of the aisle. So this article comes from today, the 1st of November 2022. Moscow wants answers over Truss's alleged "it's done" SMS to Blinken moments after Nord Stream blasts. Well, if we can correlate that with what happened, or it's just a coincidence, I don't think so if it's just that text. But you can take it out of the context and you just show that text message, and then you say, well, that's related to the bombing, to whatever the explosions. You need more than that. It could be a hint, but no more than a hint. Europe lost access to up to 110 billion cubic meters worth of natural gas on September 26 when a series of explosions rocked the Nord Stream 1 and Nord Stream 2 pipelines, carrying Russian gas to Germany via the Baltic Sea. After a comprehensive month-long investigation, the Russian military concluded that the Royal Navy was behind the sabotage. I don't know what kind of investigation they conducted, so that's Sputnik. But they came and said, well, it's the Royal Navy. I would like to see the evidence, obviously. Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova wants answers regarding the mysterious, quote-unquote, "it's done" iPhone messages allegedly sent by then Prime Minister Liz Truss to the US Secretary of State moments after the sabotage attack against the Nord Stream network in late September. And I'm quoting, "To be honest," this is Zakharova, smart woman, "to be honest, I don't care who got this information and how. Yep. I'm interested in London's answer to the following question. Did Prime Minister Liz Truss of Britain send a message to US Secretary of State Antony Blinken immediately after the Nord Stream gas pipeline was blown up with the words, 'It's done?' Question mark," Zakharova asked in a Telegram post Tuesday. Yeah, I understand, Zakharova, but what if the London answers yes? Then what? Okay? That was "it's done" after she took a poop or something and she came back to text with Blinken. How about that? So you need much more because you tried to correlate a text to an incident. There were a lot of assassinations on the planet on that day. Is that "it's done" related to those assassinations that occurred maybe 5 minutes before the text took place? So yeah, you can take that, but you don't know if that was related to that. You know what I mean? I mean, a lot of other BS happened in this world where I'm pretty sure that were of great gravity or importance, and you can't just point. I understand this could help, but you need much, much more than this, because I'm pretty sure Putin must have said something along this line to his friends, and he was recorded when he said, "Yeah, man, we did a good job." See? That's Putin right there. I want some answers, Moscow. So you need more than that. The spokeswoman suggested that millions of people around the world were waiting for answers to the question of how the planet's energy security was undermined. And I'm quoting, "and what role the Anglo-Saxons played in this terrorist attack. I would like to know who is responsible. I don't care if what role those guys played or what roles. I care for who did it." And even if we're gonna not find out now, I know that in 10 years, 20 years, maybe we'll find out. Or maybe like other incidents, we will never find out. Or we will be given a version that will be like, "Really? Oswald? Are you kidding me?" All right. On Monday, the US Defense and National Security News outlet reported a US Defense and national security news outlet reported that among the information suspected to have been leaked from Truss's hacked cell phone was the aforementioned text message between the new former UK leader and the US top diplomat. Internet entrepreneur and free speech activist Kim.com, that's her name, .com, mentioned that, and I'm quoting, "It's done" message in a Twitter thread Sunday, shortly after British media ran a piece on Truss's hacked phone. So, and I have here this guy Kim.com. I don't know who this is on Twitter. How do the Russians know that the UK blew up the Nord Stream pipeline in partnership with the US? And says because at Truss Liz used her iPhone to send a message to at Sec Blinken saying it's done a minute after the pipeline blew up and before anybody else knew. Now, Mr. Kim.com, you know there are a lot of fake accounts over there, and if let's say the Russians made an account for Lizzie and another one make for that, they can do that, and certain things can be tracked and hacked. Now, in this case, as I said, you can't make the connection yet. It's done, could be done, could be it's done, could be done. It's done, could be interpreted in many ways. You need more connection between the two. So this is the evidence. I don't know if this is just the evidence. Then it's very flimsy. Let's put it this way: a series of explosions knocked out 3 of the 4 strings of the Nord Stream network on September 26th. We're November 1st. So Western officials and media immediately began singing in unison that Russia blew up its own $20 billion pipeline infrastructure for reason unknown. The Kremlin accused the West of the unprecedented act of state terrorism involving Nord Stream, but did not name any specific states, with Vladimir Putin only hinting involvement by the Anglo-Saxons, typically a reference to Brits and Americans in Russian usage. After a month of investigation, the Russian Ministry of Defense revealed Saturday that Britain's Royal Navy took part in the planning, organization and carrying out of the Nord Stream attack. Well, the damage of the Nord Stream was robbed. Anyway, it's just we don't know who's who, what's what. Yet this could play a role in pointing some fingers or being a lead towards something, but it's not enough. It's not enough. What do you think? For me, is concerning. Let's say concerning the fact that these guys are still quiet after a month, and they didn't come out and say, okay, this is the answer. But maybe they take their time. And maybe they will come with a truthful, impartial answer. I don't care who the guilty party would be. If it would be Romania, United States, France, or the guys from the moon. I don't care. I want to find out. And we'll see what kind of evidence they bring. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.